You think booking your first cruise means the hard part is over? You're wrong. Because most first-time cruisers don't ruin their trip with big mistakes. They ruin it with small ones, overpaying before they even step on board, wasting hours in lines, missing experiences they already paid for, and getting hit with surprise charges they didn't see coming. Skip what we're about to walk through, and your dream vacation can quietly turn into a stressful, expensive learning experience. But if you follow this step-by-step checklist in order, you'll move through your first cruise cleaner, smarter, cheaper, and far more in control than the average passenger. Let's walk through it the right way. Phase 1: choosing the right cruise. Before you book, match the cruise to your travel style action. Choose your cruise based on how you like to travel, not just price. Why it matters. A party-focused ship feels exhausting if you want peace. A quiet luxury cruise feels boring if you want energy. If skipped, you can spend thousands and still feel like you chose the wrong vacation. Pro tip: short cruises tend to be louder. Longer cruises are usually calmer. Check the passenger capacity action. Look at how many people the ship holds. Why it matters: bigger ships mean more crowds, more lines, and more walking. If skipped, you might spend your trip waiting instead of relaxing. Insider detail: a ship that holds 5,000 people can feel like a floating mall. Study the itinerary timing action. Look at port arrival and departure times. Why it matters: some stops are only a few hours long. If skipped, you may realize too late that you barely have time to explore. Pro tip: ports that arrive early morning give you the best experience. Avoid peak season if possible action. Travel just before or after major holidays. Why it matters: prices drop and crowds shrink. If skipped, expect higher costs and packed decks. Understand what's included action. Confirm what your fare covers. Why it matters: not all cruises include drinks, Wi-Fi, or specialty dining. If skipped, you'll face surprise charges on board. Phase 2: booking smart. Book the right cabin location action. Choose midship and lower decks if you're worried about motion. Why it matters: these areas feel more stable. If skipped, you may feel seasick. Avoid being under noisy areas action. Check deck plans before booking. Why it matters: pools and nightclubs sit above some cabins. If skipped, sleep becomes difficult. Watch for hidden fees action. Look at taxes, gratuities, and port fees. Why it matters: the headline price is rarely final. If skipped, your deal gets expensive fast. Consider travel insurance action. Protect your trip from delays or cancellations. Why it matters: cruises have strict refund rules. If skipped, a missed sailing can mean losing everything. Arrive a day early action. Fly in the day before departure. Why it matters: delays happen. If skipped, missing the ship means no refund. Phase 3: preparing before you leave. Pack carry-on essentials action. Bring swimwear, documents, medication. Why it matters: check bags arrive later. If skipped, you can't enjoy your first hours on board. Bring a power strip, non-surge action. Add extra outlets. Why it matters: cabins have limited plugs. If skipped, charging becomes frustrating. Download the cruise app action. Install it before arrival. Why it matters: it handles schedules and bookings. If skipped, you waste time figuring things out on board. Print key documents action. Have boarding passes ready. Why it matters: tech failures happen. If skipped, check-in slows down. Pack motion sickness remedies action. Bring patches or tablets. Why it matters: shops on board charge premium prices. Phase 4: boarding day. Choose a later arrival slot action. Avoid the earliest check-in rush. Why it matters: midday is smoother. If skipped, expect long lines. Explore immediately action. Walk the ship early. Why it matters: you learn the layout before crowds grow. Book shows quickly action. Reserve entertainment early. Why it matters: popular shows fill fast. Check dining times action. Confirm your assigned seating. Why it matters: mistakes happen. Turn on airplane mode action. Avoid roaming charges. Why it matters: ship signals trigger costly data usage. Phase 5: onboard strategy. Use stairs when possible. Why it matters: elevators get crowded. Eat at off-peak times. Why it matters: buffets become chaotic. Monitor daily schedules. Why it matters: activities change. Watch spending on board. Why it matters: everything links to your card. Check your account daily. Why it matters: billing errors can happen. Use included food first. Why it matters: specialty dining costs extra. Bring refillable bottles. Why it matters: bottled water adds up. Attend the port talk. Why it matters: you learn local tips. Know ship time versus local time. Why it matters: missing departure is common. Book spa and port days, why it matters. Discounts are common. Phase 6 shore excursions, compare cruise versus independent tours, why it matters. Cruise tours cost more. Return early, why it matters. Ships don't wait. Carry local cash, why it matters. Small vendors prefer it. Stay aware of time zones, why it matters. Confusion causes missed sailings. Bring essentials, why it matters. Sunscreen on board is expensive. Phase 7 end of cruise, pack early, why it matters. Final morning is rushed. Review final bill, why it matters. Fix issues before leaving. Choose departure time wisely, why it matters. Early exits, avoid crowds. Keep documents handy, why it matters. Disembarkation is structured. Arrange transport in advance, why it matters. Ports get busy. Phase 8 hidden upgrades, ask for dining changes, watch for cabin. Upgrade offers, attend loyalty events, use onboard future booking deals, join trivia, or small events for perks. Ask staff about quiet areas, check for unused credits, request extra amenities, politely use onboard messaging apps. Learn crude tips for better service traps to avoid. Don't assume everything is included. Don't wait until onboard to plan. Don't ignore the daily schedule. Don't rely fully on ship Wi-Fi. Don't cut port return times too close. Your first cruise can either feel smooth and effortless or confusing and expensive. And usually the difference comes down to preparation. Have you ever taken a cruise before, or are you planning your very first one?